What is going on, all you beautiful people? Thanks for joining me for yet another video. Guess what? I have a Vero in the collection again. I am so stoked. I love this knife. I ended up selling my Synapse, I think sometime last year, and I regretted it. I don't know why I did it. Please forgive me, Joseph. I didn't mean to. So I went ahead and picked up the brass Synapse, which is awesome. It's hefty, it's thick, and I dig it. So today we are chatting about the Synapse. Let's dive into some specs on this awesome knife. So the Synapse comes in at an overall length of 7.3 inches. We got a blade length of 3.2 inches, and it is rocking M390 steel with a belt satin finish. We got a full titanium construction on the handles with these really awesome looking brass scales that are gonna patina beautifully. So in my personal opinion, the Synapse is one of the best offerings from Vero. I enjoyed the Impulse, I really enjoyed the Axon, but there was something about the Synapse that I just couldn't put down. I think it's just the overall look, shape, and design. It's just really elegant, but it's also super streamlined and sleek and just really, oh man, it's just perfect for EDC. I can't really put my finger on why I love it so much, I just do. With the Synapse, you do get two forms of deployment. You have the little flipper tab that is designed really interestingly. There's no other flipper tab on any other knife that is as interesting as the Synapse, in my opinion. There's a little bit of jimping on there, so you can just light switch it, and it comes right on up. Or you can middle finger flick it, reverse flick it, with the perfectly rectangular opening on the blade, which makes it really smooth. Action straight out of the box is incredibly nice and easy. This one drops shut, boom, perfectly. I love that so much. Honestly, I don't remember having a Vero that had weird action issues. He's kind of just tuned them all perfectly, so they arrive just great. Ergonomics, everything is dialed in as well. I love that you have the little opening here where your first two fingers sit perfectly. The Vero Synapse is big enough where you get a 4-finger purchase on there with a little bit of jimping along the top, just so that way you get a nice grip. There's no noticeable hot spots for me. I know that a couple people have mentioned that the pocket clip is a bit of a hot spot, but for me, I found it to be really nice and easy to use. With the Synapse, you also get the ability to swap out scales. So the first Synapse I had was a DLC coated blade, and it had marbled carbon fiber scales on it, which looked really cool. Like I said, I loved it. But this time around, I wanted to switch it up and get some brass, because these are probably going to patina really freaking well, and I'm so excited to see how it looks afterwards. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you go with something like the brass scales, it does add a decent amount of weight to the knife compared to when I had my marbled carbon fiber one. So if you want a relatively lighter knife, I'd recommend going with like a G10 or the Jade or the micarta. The brass is going to be a very heavy boy. You can buy scales separately. I believe Joseph sells them on the website, and I think there's even makers out there doing some incredible inlays for them as well. But definitely check out the site first or contact Joseph just to make sure that you get the right information so you can get the right scales for you. Taking apart the Synapse is also a super easy task. I'm gonna leave that information to Lefty because he's just a disassembly genius. But it's a fairly easy disassembly process, which is great. It's always nice to know that you can just tune up your knife and fix things easily, and it's not that hardcore of a process. So down in the captions, you guys will see a link for Lefty's video if you're interested in how to take this apart. Maybe it's your first Synapse, you don't know how, but I'll let you guys know now. It's a very easy process. So I've had the pleasure of knowing Joseph for a few years now, and I've collected a few of his knives already. He's such a great dude. I had the opportunity to film for him over at Blade Atlanta, and it was a grand old time. It was super fun just being at the booth, seeing all the excitement, and just being able to capture that was really awesome. He actually just started a YouTube channel that I recommend you guys check out because there's going to be a ton of really cool content on there. Maybe some exclusive stuff. I don't know. Joseph can get pretty crazy sometimes with content stuff, so we will definitely see what he has on there. But I'll link the YouTube channel down below so you guys can check it out. There'll be some really exciting stuff on there. I know there's a new prototype made by Riot. These are all made by Bestech at the moment, so who knows? It'll be a really cool thing, but you'll only be aware of that if you sign up. If you subscribe to YouTube, make sure you sign up for his newsletter, and then check him out on all social media platforms because there's a lot of cool stuff going on over there, and he's built quite an awesome community. The Vero community is always very active, very fun, very helpful, So definitely recommend checking them out. So that is it, guys. That is the quick little overview on the Vero Synapse. Let me know down below if this is a knife that you would carry. Let me know if you own any other Veros, and if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe. That way we can chat it up some more down in the comments, and I can see your face all the time. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.